Okay, so many people have asked me, how do I make my world famous date bark? And I'm here to show you. So I've already pre-pressed my dates into my baking sheet here, and we line this with parchment paper. I use a little clip here to keep the parchment paper still. I usually have another one, but we ran out. But this is how you line them. You take a date. These weren't pitted, they were whole, meaning that they still had the seeds in there. So the seeds are here. Hadley Date Gardens. It was whole. What's this word? Medjool dates. So this was the first time I ever used the whole dates. I usually use the ones that are pitted, but when I ordered it from DoorDash, they said that they were sold out of the brand that I usually get. So this is about 32 ounces of dates itself, by itself. You feel free to get a smaller serving if you want to, but the whole serving, the 32 ounces, the whole entire container was here. And I still got room for error. Like I can still add some around here if I wanted to. I can add some, like the one right here missing, and I can add it over here if I wanted to. Like the more dates, the better, because the bigger. The next part is peanut butter. I've just melted this peanut butter for 1 minute with some coconut oil. So I put the coconut oil with the Jif natural, but usually I would use like crunchy or extra crunchy peanut butter because I love extra crunchy peanut butter when I make my peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. So that's usually what I buy anyway. But what I've noticed is the natural one is much smoother and it's easier to melt. And that's what you're trying to get to. So I use this whole thing. If this isn't enough, I have another one, brand new. You want to take it and you want to drizzle. You want to make sure that you spread it all throughout, because this is like you're creating a foundation here. So I take that, make sure I spread. And even if you go outside of the dates, like where I was showing you those spaces, that's cool too, because once we complete this, it's all going to be solidified and hardened, and you may get a little bit of extra peanut butter somewhere, you know, that you can enjoy outside of just the date. Put it like this. Put some over here. Some there. Because I like to make 2 layers, like extra layers of peanut butter and chocolate, we're gonna melt some more. Okay, so I'm gonna put some more of this peanut butter in this container here, and put it in the microwave again for another minute. I don't need this right now, but it's cool to have, so you don't have to worry about cooling it down. My partner just saw the seeds. That's why it's important to always make sure that you have extras of everything. Well, for me, because you don't have to put more peanut butter on here, but I'm a peanut butter whore, so we double up on peanut butter. I'm also a chocolate whore, so we double up on all of those things. This is usually the brand that I use. See, it says pitted. They're already seedless. Sometimes I've caught a couple of them with seeds in it, and that wasn't nice because they hurt your teeth. So just keep that in mind. In order for you to be able to like flatten them down on the actual like tray, you have to like cut them open anyway. So therefore, you should just make sure that you observe. I don't know why I can't say that word. But re-observe your dates and make sure that they're seedless. I have 2 bags of morsels. I like that word, morsels. I don't know. It just reminds me of like something internal, like inside of somebody's body, like an organ. But I got 2 of them because, like I said, I'm greedy, and I realized and these are mini chips by the way. So I've realized over the time that why not have two? I'll start off with at least half. So this would be, yeah, half a cup. I start off with at least half a cup to start off, because once you start melting this, it's gonna, the glass itself will get hot, and then you can just add the other morsels in there and stir it. And you put your coconut oil in there to kind of thin it out. That's what I did with the peanut butter as well. And then, yeah, you holler at it in the microwave. While that's microwaving, the peanut butter, the chocolate, this is the peanut butter that I have microwaved, as you see. This is about, it says 1.5 cups, almost 2 cups. So I would say at least 4 to 5 cups of peanut butter is what I use, because I don't really do measurements. I remind myself of my grandma. My grandma really, that I knew of, she really didn't measure stuff. She really just went off of the eye. And I'm gonna put some on the sides here where I feel like I want to add. That way we're good to go. You make sure that you use the coconut oil for the chocolate, because you don't want to burn your chocolate. I've actually did that before. I've burnt, this is kind of hot. I've actually burnt my chocolate, and that was not pretty. Okay, so now I have my chocolate. It's still solidified a little bit. I'm gonna pour more of these in there. Okay, now we stir, and as you see, it is liquefying. It's melting. It's even melting the ones that weren't in the microwave. And because this is like super duper like melty, keep stirring until it gets nice and smooth. You want to make sure that it has a smooth, see it has little chunks of the morsels in there. You want to stir it until those are absolutely gone, that they have completely melted. Now we on some Charlie and the Chocolate Factory shit. Okay, so I was thinking, why not add, because I usually do add certain things before I put the chocolate on there, because you could just add whatever layers of things that you want. For my layers, my toppings, I like to add peanut butter. I also have sunflower kernels, granola, some almonds, and trail mix. And this particular trail mix has raisins, dark chocolate or walnuts, blueberries, pecans, and cranberries. I really like adding this because it has those raisins, blueberries, and cranberries in here. The nuts are just an addition because I'm already adding nuts to it. And then you also have the peanut butter. So this is a very nutty treat. So for people who are allergic to nuts, I really don't know what to tell you. I don't know. So how I usually, I'm gonna start with the trail mix. How I usually do the trail mix is I take it in my hand like so, and I crunch it. I just smash it. You smash and you drizzle. Smash and drizzle. I've had my trail mix out too long, so it's a little melty on my hands. Usually I don't have that issue, but you just want to get the nuts. Everything else don't need to be smashed, but the nuts need to be smashed. Now, chocolate time. So we would do the same thing that we did with the peanut butter. It may not be enough, but I have plenty of chocolate. And the spreading of it may be a little bit difficult because the peanut butter is still kind of melty. So I need more chocolate. Stirring, 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 stirring. I would say about less than a half a cup. I'm just gonna try to get the edges a little bit better and then hit this middle part. Okay, so this is where people usually stop at when they're making date bar, but I like to take it up a notch. Don't forget we have our peanut butter and so much more chocolate. Oh, I forgot that I have pecans, so we're gonna add the pecans here. And these pecans are already chipped, so they're like really small chips. The pecans. I'm a nutty girl. Let's throw a little granola in this mix. The type of granola this is, I have no idea. It looks like it has some almonds in there, some berries. There's probably some coconut in here. This gives it a nice crunch because like I told you, I do like crunchy peanut butter, and because I've been using the smooth, the creamy peanut butter, I've been like realizing that I still need that crunch to it, right? So now, as you can see, you can be done here. You're gonna add one more layer, okay? I'm gonna leave a little bit in here just to do some little artistic drizzles at the end. But this is what it looks like so far. Now, I only have a little bit of sunflower seed kernels left. Let's make them stretch. I don't need a lot, but these are good and healthy for you. One more bag. I'm not going to use this whole bag, by the way. I would say that should be enough. I got more than a half a bag. I got about this much left. Store the remaining of your chocolate chips if you don't use them all. Put them in the fridge. Okay. Round 2 of the chocolate. I put more coconut oil in here just to thin it out again. And these are whole almost, so I don't know how strong you guys are, but usually if you press nuts against one another, they break. I think I want to add some more. Well, yeah. Because there's nothing really left in here but the berries and the chocolate. The nuts are pretty gone. Then, last but not least, we're going to just do some cute little drizzle bizzles on the top here. Like I said, get your money's worth. You can make a little drizzling design if you want. Now, last topping. When I tell y'all I'm a glutton for sweets, this has been my substitute to unhealthy sweets. It may look like it's super duper like unhealthy, and I feel like the peanut butter, but the reality of it is it's healthier than things with high fructose corn syrup. This is what the finished result looks like here. Hold on, I'll show you. This is your finished result. And you see everything has a place. I've like spreaded it out and I evened it out as much as I possibly could. You wouldn't even know that this was date bark because you can't find literally any dates. This is what I meant when I was saying let the excess fall over, because that's going to be a good little chunk of chocolate and peanut butter. That's going to be a good little chocolate peanut butter side too. This wasn't kind of evenly distribute. Got a couple of blueberries over there. But yeah, you can see literally everything that I put in here. The almonds, the walnuts, the peanuts, the cranberries, raisins, the granola, the chocolate, the peanut butter. Okay, so the last thing that you should do is put it in the freezer. I say freezer. I suggest the freezer because it solidifies faster. Now, once you put it in the freezer, then, and we cut them up, because I'm gonna show you that too. Once you put it in the freezer, I would say give it about like 3 to 4 to maybe 5 hours at max, depending on how heavy and thick that you've gotten it and how much you want it to solidify. But the freezer definitely does its justice. You can put this in the fridge if you want. I would say put it in the freezer if you plan on eating it within the day. If you're putting it in the fridge because you want to have it for later, tomorrow, for some type of event or party, then definitely you can put it in the fridge. I also usually put this in the freezer. After I've cut them up, I have 2 separate bags, 2 separate Ziploc bags, and then I place some of them in the freezer for later because I don't need to cut them all up and have them all in the fridge. But I put some of them in the freezer and then put a half of them in the fridge so I can enjoy them as I go. Okay, and we're back. I think I've left this in the freezer, I want to say for about 5 hours, maybe even longer. I took a whole nap. As you can see, I look different than earlier. But here we go. And I'll let this in on next. The best way to, that actually helped me determine how thick this is. I want you guys to see. This is about how thick it is. And that's just on the edges. That's not even like the center of it all. The cutting process can get pretty extreme because of how thick it is. And you have to make sure that your knife is super sharp. Matter of fact, let me sharpen my knife. Okay, now we're back. Take it. And it just really depends on how small of pieces that you want to have. I'm only gonna cut a little bit, then I just want to show you guys how thick it is. Okay, I've got them all cut, as you can see. They don't have to be perfectly even squares. But I just wanted to show you guys how thick they are. This is my, well, this is some dates sticking out. But this is my world famous date bark, y'all. I hope you guys enjoyed my little tutorial here. A lot of y'all have been asking me to post a tutorial. So I wanted to make sure that I gave y'all what y'all wanted. You know, hopefully this helps. And feel free to share with me your go at it. Like your actual effort to make you some lovely date bark. Tell me what kind of toppings and ingredients that you guys decided to use. If you don't like peanut butter, you can definitely use almond butter. I'm a big peanut butter girl. Like I said, I'm a peanut butter hoe. So I think that for the most part, it's all of the things that I like. So whatever it is that you like, add it. Ooh, this looks so yummy. And the thing about date bark is you can always just press it back together. But yeah, enjoy, you guys. Bye.